Hey there, it's Andy with the Reverb Tone Report. Today I'm thrilled to show you a line of Gibson guitars that goes after their golden era, the original collection. I can tell you right off the bat, these are solid guitars with no weight relief, vintage specs, and vintage tone. But stick around and later in the video, I'll show you what Gibson has in mind for the modern player. The original collection is comprised of some of the most iconic guitars and basses from the 50s and 60s. Taking a look at the whole line, Gibson has surely answered the call of players wanting accurate recreations without compromise. There's every Les Paul you can dream of, including juniors and specials. So this is the 50s Les Paul standard from the original collection. It has the traditional mahogany body, maple cap, and mahogany neck, all in a nitro finish. This one has P90s, but as you can tell, the one right behind me comes in humbuckers as well. Other features include a Graphtec nut, vintage keystone tuners, and a peek inside the pickup cavity shows they're going a traditional route with hand wiring and orange drop tone capacitors. Here's the 50s Les Paul standard with humbuckers, and those are Burstbucker 1 and 2, which is very much a classic PAF sound with Alnico tube magnets and no wax potting for just a vintage tone all the way. Moving on to the 60s, the original collection offers all kinds of SGs, whether it's with P90s, humbuckers, a Maestro Vibrola, or this often overlooked sideways Vibrola, which moves in this direction. This 61 SG standard is all mahogany, finished in nitro, and loaded with Burstbucker 61R and T humbuckers. They use Alnico 5 magnets for a bit more clarity and tighter low end. And naturally, since we have a 60s model, we have a slimmer taper on the neck. And an easy way to remember this is just fat 50s and slim 60s. The 60s Les Paul Standard in the original collection has that slimmer neck profile, and it comes in 3 different bursts. This one being my favorite, called Unburst. It has a really understated look and also really accentuates that flame maple top. As promised, here's something from Gibson's modern collection, and as you can tell, it still pays respect to those iconic guitars while offering some really versatile features that might not immediately jump out at you. This SG Modern in Blueberry Fade has something in common with the Les Paul. That's right, it's a genuine flame maple cap, not a veneer. This thicker body adds to the look, but also the depth of its tone. You'll also find a Graphtec nut and locking Grover tuners, which is still a classic look. The next set of features are what really set the guitar apart from the original line, and that's the neck. Its neck profile is asymmetrical, meaning it maintains more meat on the bass side, while the treble side gets tapered for easier playing. Helping out on that front is this compound radius ebony fingerboard, and the benefit is it gets flatter as you move up the neck, so you could have those real big bends and it's not going to choke out. And speaking of frets, there's actually 24 on this SG, and it's just a perfect fit with this body style since you have access all the way up to the last fret. Lastly, this SG Modern is wired up with push-pull volume knobs which actually coil split each humbucker, so you could actually get some really cool P90 style tones and mix and match for a whole new palette of sounds. Well, I certainly had a blast checking those out. I hope you did too. That's the original and modern collection from Gibson. Of course, you can find your favorite one right here on Reverb. Thanks for watching.